Good evening and thank you for joining us. If you've been watching Newcap News, you've been seeing our feature there, Beyond the Boards, and those guys are trying to have as much fun with it as they absolutely can, and it looks like they had another grueling day on the mini golf.
Yeah,
today.
Jack Haskins, probably the worst at every sport, and he
Really?
even lives up to it even more today. I'll have all that coming a bit later on in sports.
Look forward to that very serious news story coming up a little later on. But Gerard, pretty gorgeous day out there today, actually. Pretty warm.
Yeah, in the last couple hours, it's pushed up quite a ways. It started off pretty overcast, and then eventually the sun came out. The wind has held off a little. It's been doing us no favors for the better part. Let's see what we're looking at here. Okay, it's still gusting anywhere from 24 to 33, but at one point it was well up, approaching about 50 kilometers an hour, even for that UV reading of 3, and look at that. We've gotten to 23 Celsius. All of that within the last couple hours, mind you. The humidity is at 40%. We're still expecting some overcast conditions later on this evening. The Lakeland area, Cold Lake areas had, well, for the better part of the last few hours, the rain has held off now within the last 40 minutes. And for the Battlefords, the better of the sunshine, and with a warm front pushing through the Prairie area, that's a 23 there. We'll talk a bit more about the wind later on in our second segment.
The flag was raised yesterday at City Hall to mark United Way Month in Lloydminster. October is traditionally when they kick off their annual campaign, and as Whitney Stinson reports, they did that this morning with celebratory pancakes.
Every October, Norm flips pancakes for the United Way, but compared to what he does the rest of the year, this is pretty easy. He volunteers his time saving lives with Lloydminster Rescue, and today he gets to help raise the money they're able to use all year long.
Typically, the money we get from United Way actually goes towards our training program. So the training involves vehicle extrication, dive training, farm rescue courses, anything to do with training. This is where the money from United Way goes.
Lloyd Rescue receives over 100 calls per year, and it's only possible because of the volunteers like Norm who are on call to respond to emergencies. The United Way makes it easier for nonprofits to run by providing them with funds for programs that make Lloydminster a better place to live.
Our main purpose in Lloydminster is to raise funds to organizations that aren't always out in the public raising their own money, and some of them aren't government funded, so they do need some extra help.
To help them bring in money all year long, they've partnered with Think Recycle, a place to recycle old electronics. They'll be collecting items, and Think Recycle will pay them for doing so.
So, for instance, some of the cell phones might be worth $16 to recycle. Some of the ink cartridges are 60 cents. It's not a lot of money, but it is something.
But it's more than just something to the people Norm is able to save. Because of Lloydminster's generosity, he might be able to do more for you or your family in an emergency.
It's great to be a part of an organization like United Way that supports, and all the money stays in the community. So I think that's a great organization.
Whitney Stinson, Newcap News.
The Lloydminster Region Health Foundation has wrapped up their Cupcakes for a Cause promotion. In its 4th year, the fundraiser reached a new record total. Emmett Murphy has more.
Over 1,000 six-packs of pink, white, and blue cupcakes were sold, raising over $2,100 for the LRHF.
That's amazing. Cupcakes are such a small thing, but they've made such a big impact.
Through their 4-year partnership, the co-op has raised over $8,000 for the foundation. This year's funds will go towards upgrades in the hospital's maternity department.
Cupcakes are never a bad thing, and people just love them anytime, whether it's for staff meetings or taking them to, family, friends, and having get-togethers and stuff like that.
It's things like this where the community steps up and really supports what's important in the community that really takes us to the next level.
When combined with donations from the Hartnell MacArthur Tournament and the upcoming Intimate Evening with the Health Foundation Gala, the LRHF says they are very, very close to achieving this year's fundraising totals. Now the co-op has their sights set on helping them reach whatever next year's goals are.
It's gaining popularity every year, and it's already an annual event, so I guess next year we just hope that it is bigger and better.
Emmett Murphy, Newcap News.
The 4th annual Lloydminster Lions Club Diabetes Night is set for this Thursday. The main speaker for the night is a diabetes researcher out of Winnipeg.
She will bring a very, very uplifting, motivating presentation on how you can look after your diabetes in conjunction with your care team.
Rogers feels they have to reach out to as many people as possible every single year.
Living with diabetes is tough, and you need support, you need help, and people like Lori are just so motivating and so encouraging to help people do better with their diabetes care.
The event will be held at the First Baptist Church. Tickets are $5 with the doors opening at 6 o'clock.